Yo, what up, what up? I'm surprised this thing is not connected. Is it not connected? Let me see. Let me make sure it's not. That's weird. I don't know why it's not, but it's all good. I wanted to chop it up with you guys today, man. Don't worry, it's just saying my key is not connected because of, anyway. So, I wanted to talk to you guys today about conditional and unconditional love. This is something that my little brain, I don't want to say little, but yeah, my brain has been fixated on for the longest. You know, when we talk about, the first thing you think about when you think about unconditional love, you think about what? A parent and a child. The way a parent loves a child. When you think about unconditional love, I think that may be somewhat like secondary or whatever when it comes to like the amount of love that we show to a stranger. You know what I mean? Somebody that we just met or whatever. But a guy said something once, man, and it honestly has stuck with me, and I don't think I can get that thing out of my mind even if I tried. And I believe him and his wife was having a conversation, or I was asking somebody asked the question. I can't remember exactly how it was, man. I just remember the words. And the question was, how come you love me so much? Or how come you love your wife so much? And the answer is because she is easy to love. When I tell you that thing sent a chill up my spine, man. Like just thinking about it. Excuse me. Yeah, but just thinking about it, I am still, like my brain is still fixated on what that actually means. And I believe I even had like a definition. I don't know, man. It's been a minute. It's been a minute, but the reason why you love me so much, or the reason why you love somebody so much, is because it's easy for you to love them. Man, I'm sitting here in deep thought, honestly, just thinking about it right now, right? Come on, bro. What the freak? My bad, y'all. I don't know what the heck is going on up in there. Those hairs. Anyway, so think about it, right? You have a young man or a young lady that you are with, and you may be with somebody, or let's just say, maybe you were with somebody in the past, and it seems like no matter what you do, y'all are always constantly like bumping heads, right? What in the world is this suburban doing? And then you meet somebody. Now, I understand it's not going to be all sunshine and rainbows, right? I don't think any relationship is going to be like that, even, if you guys have been knowing each other for a little minute. Like, don't get it confused with that beginning stage when, you guys are fixated on getting to know each other. I'm talking about past all of that, you know what I mean? Past all of that bull and all that after the honeymoon phase. And you guys are like with each other on a regular, whether it's, you guys are living together or y'all are seeing each other every day, right? And this person that's in front of you, they're just a peaceful person. Let's just speak to this from a man's perspective. You meet a young lady, and a lot of people show you, who they think you want to see, or that you get the best version of them. And then after all that stuff sets in, then you finally get to know the real person after months and months, or sometimes weeks, sometimes days, sometimes hours or whatever, sometimes years. And this person that they show themselves to be extremely peaceful, not confrontational, you know what I mean, just soft, natural, beautiful, and they wake up each and every day, and that's what they give you. That's what they give to the world. Like they give that soft side to you, that thing that a lot of men crave, and honestly I believe a lot of men need, especially the guys that are out there fighting each and every day, whether it's physically or emotionally, like every single day going out and trying to become the best version of themselves, whatever that may look like, physically, mentally, and emotionally, you know. And every day, this young lady wakes up and she's honestly trying to be there for you. She's trying to make sure that whatever she does is she's trying to make your life easier. She's trying to be a blessing to you. And assuming that young lady has picked the right type of man. Listen, natural, cooperative lady that wakes up and gives her all to her man. Like, understand this, man. That, of course, is ultimate gesture that you can give a man. To be cooperative, to be soft, in his right mind. That's honestly doing the things that he needs to do. And again, this is an intelligent young woman, because I think a lot of people confuse this as well. As when you talk about a feminine woman is not ignorant. All right, don't confuse the two, man. You know, a lot of women think that kid play is being soft. No, that's not it, man. Being soft and being feminine, it's in the things that you do, it's how you speak, it's, you know, a soft tone. But do not think for a second that an intelligent guy wants to be around somebody that's not intelligent. All right, we don't want, well, those type of guys don't want a slave. They don't want, you know, someone that's like overdoing it. Like, of course, that should be, as a young lady, that should be a part of who you are. Cooperative, soft, and you're doing that towards, you know, the guy that you're giving your time and your energy to, your man. You know, it's like I'm speaking to the softer side of myself. So again, this young lady is somebody that's aligning with you. You know what I mean? Like, it's not necessarily somebody, again, that's just going with the flow, but if she has a disagreement or she doesn't quite see the picture, the way that she acts is still soft and feminine. So if we're gonna be making a left turn here, you know, and maybe the guy didn't give her the information, we're gonna be making a left turn here in order to save 15 minutes so we can get there in a decent amount of time, but she wasn't aware of that. I'm not even going to talk about a masculine young lady because we want to stay away from those, but a feminine young lady would approach this thing completely different. She would be like, you know, hey, we're going to be making a left turn up here in about 15 minutes. You know, a little red flag goes off. Oh, okay. Is there any reason why we're taking this way instead of taking the other way? Soft, just asking a question to get clarity. Yeah, we're gonna take this way because it's gonna save us 15 minutes. Oh, okay, all right, I got you. With a smile, you know what I mean? Maybe laugh, joke it off, or whatever, and keep pushing. You know what I mean? Like any guy in his doggone right mind, if he's getting that, man, again, any guy in his right mind, if you're dealing with somebody that, you know, would be offended by that, and I don't know what to tell you. But it's a lot easier to love, from a man's perspective, to love someone that's soft and, you know, and all of those things. And I'm guessing that's what he meant. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot easier to love someone that's not, if you're a man, that's not masculine, that's not, aggressive, that's not argumentative. Every time something happens, I already know we gonna get into it. And I just think that it's such a freaking beautiful thing, man. You know what I mean? I think when I think about unconditional love, I've honestly said this one time before. I don't think that a man will honestly experience unconditional love outside of the love that his mom or his parents have for him, his dad or his mom have for him. And listen, I'm always open to the possibility that I am wrong. And the reason why I bring these type of talks and these type of discussions to you guys is because, everything like conversations like this is conversation that I want to have with people. You know what I mean? I want to have some pushback. Maybe you guys can give me some insight on whatever it is that I'm talking about, whatever it is I'm bringing to the table. Like, everything is pretty much an open discussion, and it's not, what I'm saying, I'm not putting that out there to say that anybody is wrong, anybody is right. But it's just to have the conversation and let me know, what is, what is your insight? What are your experiences and stuff from this thing? And please do not base this thing on any TV shows, any movies, or anything like that, because that makes absolutely no freaking sense. Unconditional versus conditional. I believe that women would definitely experience unconditional love a lot quicker than a man will, right? And this is just personal belief, right? Because I've seen a lot of time, oftentimes, the woman is always the person, from what I've seen, that leaves the relationship. And it's unfortunate, like I'm passing by this, what's the name right now, I'm definitely not going to say any names, but it was a guy, pretty good guy. I don't know what he was like, you know what I mean, as a husband or whatever. But I do know that, some things happened and he wasn't in the position that he once was, because the position that he was once in, he's making great money and, he's moving up in the ladder and, getting all these, new things. I'm not going to say exactly what it is, but he's getting these new things and all the other stuff. And then all of a sudden some things happen and he's not in the position that he once was. And unfortunately, I come to find out, like when we spoke, he was like, yeah, I just recently went through a divorce or whatever, man. And, those type of guys, they're never going to put the blame or say, or say anything about it. But I believe I'm one of those people that can kind of read in between the lines. And I honestly, I don't know, man. I'm not saying that, she was a gold digger or anything like that. But it honestly does seem like, I'm not saying she's a gold digger, but it seems like, when everything was good, everything was on the up and up, she was riding for him, she was rooting for him, And then as soon as a lot of these guys get into like situations and maybe the world is not rocking with them, maybe their job is not rocking with them, maybe she's not rocking with them or whatever, it seems like oftentimes a lot of these women, not all of them, but a lot of these women start to second guess. And I don't know if anybody's in their ear or whatever, but they are so freaking quick to jump ship. So quick to jump ship. And I'm talking about people that have been married for over a decade. I'm not talking about, somebody that just got with this person, somebody that's been rocking with you for, 15, almost 20 freaking years. And then after that, something happens that somehow shakes the world or whatever, man. And now, instead of us being together and rocking together, these people are leaving. And the thing about guys is like, we want to stay, but I know a lot of guys like, listen, I'm not about to chase. I'm not about to chase. If you want to leave, I'm going to respect that. You know, most guys don't want you to leave, but they like this. Hey, if you walk out that door, bro, regardless of what you may think, you know what I mean, you may think you're right, and in some cases they may be right. You know what I mean, when it comes to leaving. Let me make sure. Hold on. Oh yeah, we close, but we good. I was trying to figure out. That's actually like a. What is it, man? I don't know what that is. It sounds like a little cup or a bottle or something. It's a Gatorade bottle. But yeah, man. Get closer. But yeah, man. Situations happen or whatever, man, and some of those young ladies just leave, man, and I'm just. I heard from my boy Anton the other day. He was like, "Listen, man, if he encouraged people, if you're gonna get married when you're young. Don't get married, you know what I mean, when you done built yourself up and all that other stuff, because you have a bigger risk." And I see what he's saying. Because listen, check it. Listen to me. You let's just say, for instance, now you start from the ground up. You're building your way up. You're building your brand or whatever. And a young lady comes into that, whether she comes into it and she see that you're on your way up, or you done built, you know what I'm saying, you done built that thing from the ground up, and now you're sitting on something, and you get married. Man, listen, people can hide their hand for a very, very long time, bro. And I'm not saying that you're not gonna see and pick up red flags along the way, but a lot of people are really, really good with hiding their hand. You know what I mean? I know you're going to be something, and as soon as you get to a decent point where I feel like I can cash out on this lottery ticket, I'm gonna make it do what it do. And again, I'm not saying that you're not gonna see little red flags and stuff along the way, but all I'm saying is, man, like when it comes to conditional and unconditional, I think for a long time I felt like everything in my life has been conditional. You know what I mean? Outside of family. When it comes to relationships, right? I honestly always have felt that way. And I'm one of those guys like, listen, I'm not upset with that at all. I'm not upset with that at all. If anything, I respect it, especially somebody that can at least keep it a band with me. Like, bro, don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't do that. Don't do that. Like, we can keep it a band, and we can keep rocking the way that we're rocking and ride this mofo, you know what I mean, until the wheels fall off. Like, we're good. But don't try to get me to jump in this doggone thing like blindfold. Like, bro, my eyes are wide open. I see everything. And I completely understand why certain people move the way that they move. And so with that being said, like, listen, man. I got a dime. No, let me see. I got a dime piece, man. One of them making good type. No, but with all of that being said, man, like, we can rock out. Like, everything is okay at being conditional. You know what I mean? I don't need unconditional. I just need everybody else to understand that I'm not going to get the short end of the stick. Ever. Never going to get the short end of the stick. If it is conditional, let it be conditional. If it is conditional, when we both walk away, we walk away with the things that we built and the things that we earned, point blank, period. Which is why I am, you know what I mean, against like the marriage thing. You know, because who's to say in a few years what could happen? Anything could happen. And I would just much rather it be like this, like, you know, if it's going to be a separation or any sort, regardless of, you know, who I'm involved with, who I get involved with, whatever, what plans, in the near future, regardless of what the freak happens. I'm just not sold on marriage because I know that guys oftentimes, more often than not, get the short end of the stick. And when it comes to a lot of, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just still not sold and not convinced on this unconditional love for men, because I understand how women are. And I'm talking about women as a whole. I'm not saying that this accounts for every woman on planet Earth. I'm not saying that this is direct towards any young lady that I may or may not be dealing with at the moment. I'm not saying it. I'm just speaking in general and women as a whole. I understand that, listen, let's just say, for instance, this couple right here. If that guy was to be gone today, God forbid, in a year or two, that young lady is probably going to be with somebody else, right? Like, you rarely find women that don't move on like afterward. Or, let's not even take it to that extreme. You know what I mean? Like, let's say a guy gets locked up for whatever. What the heck is going on? For whatever reason, and he's away for 3 to 5, right? How many women on planet Earth are honestly going to sit there and wait on that guy and remain committed and faithful to that guy for those 3 to 5 years, right? Or maybe not even that. Let's just say a year. Let's just say 1 year. She can stay down for 1 year. How many women are not going to get that doggone, not going to scratch that itch? Thinking about conditional and unconditional. Unconditional, no matter what, I will wait on you until the end of time. I belong to you and only you. Right? Am I being a little bit too extreme with this stuff? I'm just sitting here, like, I honestly be in deep thought about this some days, though, man. Just sitting there, just honestly thinking, like, what is conditional and what is unconditional? What is the reason why somebody would give another person unconditional love? And if it is unconditional, like, let's put this thing to the test. Like, when I say put it to the test, I mean, like, let's ask some serious questions and see if we get some honest answers. And I don't know, man, like, when I honestly just sit back and I think about, like, everything that's been transpiring over the years, like, within the last, let's just say the last 5 years, how many women have, like, left their husbands or whatever. And I'm not convinced that all those guys were bad guys. It may be some of them, but I don't know. Again, man, I'm just in deep thought right now. Just thinking about a lot of stuff, man, that I honestly want to discuss. I actually had a few young ladies that I was supposed to be linking up with today, but I've been chilling with my boy, man. I've been chilling with Junior these last 4 days. That's another, when I think about, like, unconditional love, you know what I mean? Ready and willing to go to the ends of earth for someone, no matter what. I'm talking about, like, bro, call me, I'm there. You know what I'm saying? Sitting out there waiting in the pouring rain. How long is it gonna take? You know what I mean? That's my guy, Pots and Pans, man. And while we're talking about, like, unconditional love, let's just from my POV, right? From my point of view, when I think about unconditional love. Yeah, when I think about unconditional love, that's what I'm thinking about. You know what I mean? Somebody that's gonna ride for you no matter freaking what. And when I think about who he is, right? since he has came out of the womb, when I think about, Junior, who he is, as a little toddler, man. What is the toddler age again? But anyway, as a toddler, man, he's always been like loving, always been like always smiling, and his voice, man. His voice, like, there is nothing that you can find that's wrong. Like, everything about that young man is just beautiful, man. He's definitely KD 2.0. Like, KD 2.0 pots and freaking pans, man. Extremely respectful, you know what I mean? And we're still trying to instill that into him, you know what I mean? With the yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir, no sir. He never comes across as being disrespectful, everything, man. It's honestly the way that he is honestly how people should try to raise their children. And listen, I cannot take, responsibility. I definitely got to get it to his mom, man. His mother did an absolute great freaking job with those things, man, about, instilling certain things into him and whatnot, man. And when it comes to like boundaries and direction for your children, you know what I mean? Like keeping your room clean, keeping things organized, like little things like this that little humans should be taught. But I think that this generation is getting away from, and I don't fully understand it. But I can be like, hey man, is your room clean? He takes off, full speed, runs into his room and check. Even if it's spick and span, like clean from head to toe, he still will take off, run in there, look around or whatever. If anything is in that doggone floor, he gets it up. Comes back out. Yes, Pops, it's clean. Yes, Pops, my room is clean. When it's time to do some work, when it's time to do, work on his reading, work on his numbers, his letters. Hey, like he can be in the middle of playing a Fortnite game, right? Stop what he doing. You're gonna get dropped because of it, but stop what he doing. Close the like he will literally close in the middle of a match. Close the laptop, go pick up his stuff, put it down in front of the what's the name. Man, listen. Extremely clean guy too, man. Hands-on. I think the biggest thing is his awareness. His awareness is like one of the biggest freaking things that I love to my core about that young man. Like, seriously. We can be, let's just say, for instance, I don't know, man, let's just give a scenario. We're sitting at the basketball court, chilling, playing basketball, whatnot, shooting, you know what I'm saying? And Pops just stopped. You know what I mean? Maybe he's still out there shooting the basketball or whatnot. I'll pull out a bucket and I start washing my car. Instead of him continuing to play, enjoy, chill with his friends or whatever, he will stop doing what he's doing, come walk up, like he literally did, to come walk up to me and start looking around for a rag. Like sticking his hand in the bucket and see if it's a rag in there. You're like, Pops, like what other rag at? Like he wants to help. I was like, are you looking for a rag? Open up the trunk, like it's a rag in the trunk. Pull it out. And man, listen, extremely helpful when it comes to anything, man. Can I do it? Is it okay if I do it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, can I help out? And his mom always tell him, like, when they're going shopping or whatever, he wants to help and he wants to do everything. Like he don't want to be left out when it comes to anything. He wants to make sure that he is helping. He wants to make sure that he's contributing at all time. He wants to be useful. Just beautiful, man. He is a very, very beautiful young man. All my children are, man. Like, when we think about like that unconditional love, right? Unconditional love. That's just one one way of looking at things, man. And the reason why I'm talking about him so much is because we just spent about 4 days, what, 5 days, 4 nights, something like that together, man. Just chilling, just vibing out. And when I tell you, it's so easy. It's so easy when the right things have been put in play as far as when it comes to raising a child, man. When you have an extremely respectful kid, when you have a child that's attentive, that's aware, and all the rest of those other things, it's just completely easy, man. And when I look at so many children today, you guys know, I used to work at the YMCA or whatever. The YMCA kids are a different breed. I'm talking about cursing and disrespectful when it comes to, other people. But one thing that I will honestly say, man, for real, as long as I am able to be a part, I'm going to make sure that that's one thing that I instill. That disrespect will not be tolerated to any adult. And to be honest with you, you shouldn't be disrespecting like your peers either, man. Like, if you don't agree with them, that's one thing. You know what I mean? Just separate yourself from them. But that disrespect that a lot of people allow their children to do when it comes to, other adults, their grandparents, aunts, uncles, teachers, strangers. I don't understand it. Never have it, never will. I don't want to understand it. I don't want to understand why parents allow their children to sit there and be disrespectful in front of them like that. Or even when they're not around. Like, I believe that that's something that you should instill in your children. You know what I mean? If you do have the pleasure of being around your children, you know what I mean? I think that is something that you should try to instill in your children every day. That is nothing to laugh at, and joke around with or whatnot, man. But I think that this, when you teach children that become adults how it is that you're supposed to move, and you give them key things in their life that they can take with them, the principles, their morals, their like things that's going to help build their character. This, like those soft skills that a lot of people take for granted. Like, a lot of us want our children to be the smartest freaking kid in school, right? You know what I mean? They want them to be able to read at a 10th grade level in a 3rd grade. They want them, you know what I mean, to know and have so much. Like, I want to give you the world. And they miss out on teaching them those soft skills. You know, how important character is, how important respect is, and how important boundaries are, and how important it is to always be aware of your surroundings and the people that you are, speaking with, talking to. And those skills and stuff that they take with them no matter where they go, whether it's to a job, whether it's, relationships, building those friendships, giving to the next generation. How the heck did we get here from conditional and unconditional love, man? I don't know. I have no idea. We just talking, man. We just chopping it up, I guess. Beautiful thing though, man. It's an absolutely beautiful thing. You know what I mean? If you are able to experience that in a lifetime, like, hold on to that, man. You hold on to that. You hold on to those moments. Don't forget those moments, man, because especially things like that. If somebody tells you not to live in the past and all the other stuff, hopefully they're talking about like the negative stuff, right? But if it is something like that, experiencing that unconditional love, bro, you got to hold on to that thing no matter what. Be thankful and be blessed that you were able to experience that. But let me, I actually got a phone call. I got to hit my boy back, man. I know he hit me up like maybe probably 30, 40 minutes ago, man. But I had to jump on here and I had to talk to you guys. So I had to get this thing off my chest, man. Like I said, it's been on my brain for the longest, and I know I'm still not done with it, but you know, I just wanted to chop it up with you guys real quick, man. Like I said, we're gonna be going live a lot on this channel. We're not gonna do it as much on Katie's Empire because, you know, we're gonna save that for reviews and reactions. Reviews and reactions is gonna be that channel. All right, the R&R, a little bit of R&R, baby. Anywho, man, y'all be blessed, y'all be beautiful, man. And I'll catch you guys in the next. Don't worry, Katie is heading right now to get herself together. All right, we gotta make sure we on point when we step out the house next week. That stuff sounds horrible, bro. I don't know why the heck they think that stuff sounds cool. Anyway, I'll get with you guys later, man. Y'all be blessed, be beautiful, and I'll catch you in the next one.